Hey, klbasey here with another exciting video tutorial. Today we're going to be doing an effect that can be seen in the hit A&E show Storage Wars, which I have a little example here for you to see, and it's just like that. So let's get started. The first thing we'll need is a new composition here in After Effects. We'll just be working only in After Effects. We'll call this Storage Wars 1920 by 1080, and then whatever your frame rate is for your footage. And then we'll need a piece of footage, what I happen to have right here. It's already trimmed down, and we'll just put that in there. And we'll go to where he points at the burger right there, and we'll just hit Shift Command D to split that layer, and then we'll right click on there, then go up to Time, Freeze Frame, and it's stuck like that, as you can see there as we go along the timeline. And alright, we'll just create a duplicate of that layer and then go to the bottom one and go BG for background. Then we'll go up here, character, and then we'll hit the G button and start drawing a mask around our character. Now, one thing you're doing when you're drawing masks is if you click off, don't let go of the mouse button, just hit spacebar and then drag it back over to where you're selecting or you're drawing around your selection, and just continue going. Whoops. I'm just gonna make some pretty fast mask points here. I mean, if I was doing this as a paid gig, I'd obviously do it a little more precisely, but just as like a tutorial, I think I'll just speed it up. Alright, just sort of go back and refine your selection a little. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So what we want to do now is we're going to scale our character up over time. So hit S for scale, set a keyframe, go to about 5 seconds and scale it up to about 110. And watch what happened right there. As we scaled it up, we are still seeing our character in the background. So to avoid that, what we'll need to do is move our anchor point. Now, typically what you'd want to do with the anchor point is put it to, like, you know, if there's an object of interest your character's pointing at, you'd put it right there, and then you'd scale it up so you can see it sort of scales away so you're not, you know, messing the positioning up on that burger. But to avoid doing a whole lot of painting, and since this background is sort of complex, we'll just move it to the opposite side of the character, and we're not going to have to do a whole lot of background painting that way. So go ahead and lock the composition here, and we're going to click on the clone stamp tool, then double click on background, and we can see that his hands sort of sticking up. So we're at 89% opacity, and we're just gonna paint that out just like that. Don't get too carried away here. And we'll just go back over this, make it less apparent. It doesn't have to be perfect. You still want to get it looking halfway decent. Okay, looks all right. turn down the opacity a little and go back over this. Get the do-rag here. Alright, you can't, well, yeah, that's looking pretty good. So once you got that done, go ahead and click out of there. And we're going to go up to the character and we're going to add a stroke. Oops. Stroke effect. And I just went ahead and clicked on his little logo there on his shirt. And bring up that stroke. Now what we're going to do is add some color correction to the background. Go to Magic Bullet and Mojo. Just give it a little color to the background. And then for the character, we'll want to color correct him as well. Add a tint effect and a curves effect. And we're going to bring down that tint to like 50. Then bring up that curve so he kind of pops out there. Alright, that's looking good. I noticed one thing on our background here. I want to bring down the effects and extend these paints. Just shift click them. And then that carries that over the whole sequence. Go ahead and close that. And let's go ahead and add a bit of text in here. The challenger. Tyler Donald, this guy put down 3 2-pound burgers in like 6 minutes. Pretty impressive. Make it a 3D layer. Bring up position and rotation properties. You just hit P, then Shift R. We'll go to the beginning of the clip, then hit 2 frames down, and let's just go ahead and mark everything, and then we'll get our positioning where we want it. Go to the Y. We're gonna twirl it a little that way, then straighten it up. Move the position over. It's looking pretty good. And we're gonna go about 2 frames before it switches. And we're going to hit Shift and drag that text over. Then enable motion blur, and we don't have any motion blur starting there. So that's looking good. Alright, this is looking pretty good right now. Let me just RAM preview this for you guys. Oh, I'm looking at that and I forgot we have to scale up our text as well. So go where you set those keyframes for the text, hit Shift S to bring up the scale property, then just go to where you have this other keyframe at, right there, and set that to 110. And now we should be looking pretty good. Yeah, that's looking really good. And we'll just RAM preview that. Come on, baby. No. Getting the beach ball of death here. Alright, there you go. That was the Storage Wars effect. There's one last thing I forgot to tell you. You can go ahead and create a vignette for this. Go ahead and create, that's Option Command Y to create a new adjustment layer. Call that vignette. Then we're going to double click on our ellipse tool here, then drag over the curves effect, drag down the curves a bit, hit F, and then feather that mask out about 20 pixels. Hit V, shift click on a mask point, and we're just going to sort of, one other thing, hit M and subtract that mask. So we have the lighted portion on our character. Then again, we're just adjusting these and drag that vignette under the text, so we have the text over the vignette. And as you can see, that just draws in the attention a little more to the character. I'm klbasey. You can check out my website, klbasey.com, or check out some of the other toots on my channel, klbasey. Thanks for watching.